Better late than never. Goodness me, has it taken a long time. But we've got the last 2 episodes of the season today, and we go into it on the back of 5 straight league wins. A Manager of the Month award for me. Both of those are first in non-league to legend for this year. We also had a Player of the Month for Anthony Wordsworth. It's all starting to come together a little bit at Southend. Too bad it's a little bit too late in the season, but we might actually get that mid-table finish that we've been looking for. Hello and welcome to Season 3, Part 5 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have our last 2 league games of the season. We're away against Notts County, we're at home against Bristol Rovers, but look at that form, look at all that green, look at all those goals from Sam Byrne and Anthony Wordsworth. The two of them, in fact, those two plus Benteke, they're the only people who are scoring goals for us. The 3 of them are all coming good at the same time. They are the spine of our team, at least going forward, and definitely players we need to be looking to build around for next year. All of that means we find ourselves in the giddy heights of 15th place in the league. Our pre-season media prediction, and according to Chapman's Law, mid-table, which is what we were asked to deliver. But look, with 2 games to go, we're actually only 3 points behind 11th place Accrington. We still have an outside chance of a top half finish. We play 12th place Notts County today, and we're only 2 points behind them. So we win today and get our 6th league win on the bounce, and we at the very least leapfrog Notts County and move up a spot. So it's all starting to get rather exciting. This is the team that we're going to be playing. It should look rather familiar to you. The only issue we've got is Sam Byrne has now picked up an injury, so I mentioned a lot of it. I've got all the youth players on there because I was trying to find a youth player to stick in. I mentioned that a lot of the form has been due to Byrne, Benteke and Wordsworth coming good. Byrne has unfortunately got a twisted ankle, so we're not going to see any more of him. What it does mean is we get to see a first start for Patrick Drury alongside Martel Taylor-Crossdale. Other than that, we've got Smith in goal, a back 4 of Martin, Wilson, Jackson and Romeo, Wordsworth, O'Neill and Merkins in midfield. That is our settled midfield 3 now. If they're fit, they play. And then Benteke in behind the aforementioned Drury and Taylor-Crossdale. We've mixed up the instructions for those forwards today. So rather than playing a target man and a poacher, we're playing defensive forward and attacking forward to try and play to the strengths of the 2 players that we've got playing there. We've got 2 young lads. Obviously, Drury is only 16 and it's his first start in football. But don't forget, although Taylor-Crossdale has scored a good number of goals for us this season, he's still a teenager as well. So perhaps the reason for his drop-off in form in this second half of the season is that someone has been playing him not out of position, but with an unfamiliar instruction. I've been asking him to be a poacher when he wants to be an advanced forward. In my simpleton's mind, they're basically the same job, but presumably to him, I'm asking him to play in Spanish or with 2 left boots on, or insert a cliche for confusion here. He can't get his head around it, and perhaps just giving him that advanced forward role that he so desperately craves will give him the freedom to go marching around and score lots of goals, and just hopefully give him a little bit of confidence to inspire a performance out of the young lad alongside him. All that being said, first half is gone, we're 1-0 down, and they've both been trash. So what a load of waffle that was, because we're going to lose the game. We're going to drop back down the league. Old Kev's going to be miserable. Top half, forget it. If only Sam Byrne had managed to stay fit. What does this do to the... I mean, it means the high... If everything finishes like this, the highest we can finish is 13th. See, it's nice having the league table over that side, isn't it? That's a bit of a novelty from the last time we were at the bottom end of the league. Right, Drury, bless him, has been rubbish. I don't think he's ready. I don't think we'll expose him to the final game of the season because he's just really struggled today. Benteke's not having a good game either. Really, it was a game where we kind of needed him to step up a little bit, and it's a shame that I guess so much of what he does well is based on getting into the little gaps that the players in front of him create. And if the players in front of him aren't playing well, which has definitely been the case today, then I guess it's difficult for him to play well as well. So we've now got Rigg and Williams up front. We've gone back to the traditional instructions, and we've got Vigers, not Vigors. There you go, I've been taught how to say it right. Vigers in behind the 2 of them. just to see if in this last 10 minutes we can somehow salvage a draw from this game. It would be a shame to have a 5-match winning streak off camera, you lot come back and we lose a game, but Mr. Useless himself, Jason Williams, has got a last-minute equaliser. I've been so cruel to this man all season for no reason at all. He's completely harmless, just not very good. We even changed the system around to only play with one striker when he was one of only 2 fit strikers at the club. But there you go. He's got us an important goal today. If he manages to save us a point, that changes not very much. We could finish as high as 12th. Could still leapfrog Notts County, the team we're playing, if we win and everyone else around us lose. So if we finish with the draw, a top half finish is still just possible. Obviously, if we can grab a last-minute winner, then it becomes that bit more likely. But there's only 10 seconds to go, and the ball's at the wrong end of the pitch. And in fact, Notts County are looking the more likely to grab a last-minute winner, and luckily, that's been called offside. And I think that is going to be that, and it is full-time, 1-1. We're up to 14th in the league now with 1 game to go. And there is still a very slim chance, because we've got the best goal difference, well, compared to County and Stevenage. Anyway, of course, Stevenage is awful. There's still a slim chance that we could have that top half finish. That would be massively overachieving and would show you just how tight this league is. Here we go then, final league game of the season. We've had to make one change. The only change is Drury has been dropped from the side. He's actually ineligible, which... there are rumours out there that it's because he's played in an under-18s game today and I forgot to put him out of that squad. It's actually because his GCSEs have started, so he's had to go and sit an exam. It's a Saturday. I don't know either. So Rigg comes in to play alongside Taylor Crossdale. We go back to target man and poacher. Other than that, it's the same team that just picked up the draw against Notts County. So, yeah, we know Rigg's not fit, but who cares? Final game of the season. We're at home against Bristol Rovers. And we can't relegate them. Grimsby and Macclesfield are already down. We can finish anywhere between 12th and about 17th, depending on how results around us go. So we're, as far as I'm concerned, can't drop below 16th place. If we finish above 16th place, we've certainly finished mid-table according to Chapman's Law. If we finish 15th or above, we've met or exceeded the pre-season media prediction, which isn't bad when we were flirting with relegation a little bit when I arrived. There's positive stuff going on at Southend at the moment. Slightly less positive is the fact that it depends how you look at it. Almost the whole squad is currently out of contract in about a month's time. Taylor Crossdale has just picked up his 19th goal of the season. It would be very nice for him to pick up a second and be able to call himself a 20-goal-a-season striker. I'd like that. That would be a nice thing to have. He's one of many who are out of contract this summer, though, so I guess on the positive side of that, it gives me a proper chance to look through the squad and really make some decisions about who I want to build a squad around, and there shouldn't be any deadwood knocking around. The disadvantage of it is the likes of Wordsworth. The reason he's out of contract is because we can't get him to sign a new one. He's probably going to be off to finish his career playing in the Scottish Premier League. There's been a few clubs up there looking at him, and I guess fair play to him if you can go and play against the likes of Celtic and Rangers in the last year or two of your career. I guess that's good fun. Benteke has just got his 9th goal of the season, making it 2-0. As it stands right now, we will finish 12th. We will be a top half League 2 team, which would be an incredible achievement. I'd be very, very happy with that. We just need to hope that Notts County don't go and grab an equaliser, I guess is all they need in their game, because I believe they must be losing for us to be able to have leapfrogged them. Stevenage also level with us on 62 points, but remember they have a massively negative goal difference. So as long as we don't do worse than Stevenage, then we don't need to worry about them. And if we do worse than Stevenage, we don't have to worry about them anyway, because they'll finish above us. Obviously, that's how league tables work. Right, let's bring Williams on. Can either of these two play deep? Not really. What can Williams do? There you go, make him a defensive forward. Let's do defensive. Attacking again. We tried it in the last game. And we'll try it again now. 2-0 up against a team that only just escaped relegation. I'm a little bit more comfortable trying it than against a team that we kind of felt at the time that we had to beat, although it looks like we might have got away with just getting a draw against him. We're going to bring Vigers on for the last 10 minutes. It feels weird calling him that, but it could just be someone winding me up. It's only one person who said it, but we'll keep calling him it until someone says, Kev, you're an idiot. It's obviously Vigors. And then we'll let you lot fight it out in the comments, and whoever shouts loudest wins, I guess. That's a good thing to encourage in YouTube comments, I think. A shouting contest. But there you go. We have finished in the top half of League Two. That was not expected. That's awesome. And in fact, we've finished much closer to the playoffs than the relegation zone. And that's another thing, that when we came in around about the turn of the year, that was not even close to being on the cards. So everything looking positive going into next season. We've got, hopefully going to have a little bit of money to spend. If we have a quick look at the squad, we don't have to dwell on it too much because a lot of these players aren't going to be here. The likes of Jackson, Benteke, obviously they're going to be moving on. O'Neill as well. They're just going to go back to the parent clubs. We had to pay to loan these players. We're unlikely to be able to get them again. Remember, we might get Man United loanees though. They're our new parent club. Wilson's turned out to be a very useful signing. He's come in, displaced Ferdinand. But outside of those, we didn't have anyone who got above a 7, and that really is a story of how the season went, because until that last 7 or 8 games, we were a poor, inconsistent side. Came together a little bit towards the end, and it has shot us at the league table because it's such a tight league, but this needs to change next year. We need at least a first 11 who are finishing the year averaging above a 7. Goals-wise, we expected them to all come from Taylor Crossdale. In the end, 19 goals in 50 starts isn't the most prolific return, but for a kid who's 19 years old to get 19 goals, if he carries on scoring the amount of goals of the years of his age for the rest of his career, he'll have a marvellous career. Sam Byrne, not too shabby, weighing in with 15 and 35. It's probably an area we need to strengthen. Obviously, we're going to lose the goals of Benteke and Wordsworth, and once you get past there, it is slim pickings again. And all the assists, James Cragen, very unlucky to lose his space in the side when Benteke arrived, but Benteke is just a bit special. I mean, we said he'd come in and be a superstar at this level. He didn't always feel like a superstar, but I reckon for 60 grand, it's well worth it to get 21 appearances, 9 goals, 8 assists, 4 man of the match, and an average rating of 7.23 in a team when no one else was averaging above a 7. That's a good signing. I think we'll give him Player of the Year. We don't normally do that, but it has to be him. And if only he wasn't too good to come back. But he must be. We're not going to get him next year. So I shall move ahead with the transfer window. Let me know in the comments what sort of players you think we need to be bringing in to strengthen this side, and what you think our goals should be for next season. Should we be looking for a season of consolidation, or does that end of season form suggest that we might be able to sneak into a playoff spot, or maybe even better and get Southend back up into League One, where some might argue they belong? If you've enjoyed that, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.